Good afternoon, YouTube land. So, it's about almost 2 o'clock. I've been out here tinkering just a bit. I actually just got started. I went ahead and cut a couple of, just used a hole saw here. Me and another guy were talking about this being smashed in and possibly getting into that inner rocker, so I wanted to do some inspection on this. And so instead of just cutting the whole thing out, we decided it might be best to just cut a couple of holes out, and that way it doesn't weaken any of this whatever, which probably wouldn't, but whatever. So I'm trying to get you in there to see what's going on. You can see up in there they welded a patch, but they stayed on the outer rocker. So of course we saw that's where they welded it in, and then maybe you can see, get that light right on that. They welded, that thing runs all the way down through there. So this goes all the way down to probably right here. It looks like they patched. So they patched in under here. And this is what I was talking about the insides of, that's a perfect example. See all that rust? And they welded from the outside, but they weren't able to protect the inside. They didn't run anything up in there. They didn't use any internal frame coating or whatever, and of course eventually that starts to rust. Well, I mean, it probably starts to rust immediately, but eventually that's going to rust out or through, which probably would take years and years and years, because this has obviously been in here like this for a long time. But you know, if you can access it, which you can back here, why not? You know, why not run your little wand down through there and just give it a little bit of extra protection? But yeah, so there you go. But yeah, the internal deal is not damaged at all. You can see there, it looks good. They didn't cut on it, they didn't whack on it or do anything like that. Really, yep, there went my light. Really, the inside looks really pretty good. Yeah, it looks like it's galvanized in there. So that galvanized probably kept it from rusting out in there. See a little bit of dirt, trash and stuff. But yeah, that's not bad. So I'm kinda, these little lights here are really handy. I mean, you can wear it on your head and just get in little tiny places. It's pretty cool. I'll pick that up at Home Depot if anybody's interested in something like that. Especially when you don't want to hold the light. It's hands-free type deal. I'm sure I stole that idea from somebody. And I also thought about wearing that while I was painting that way, but I don't know how that'll work. May not work, because I don't have that great of lighting in here when I'm painting, so I thought, man, that might be good for clear. Then I could see kind of, it just lights up the area I'm see what happened. You can see here, first off, they spliced a section in here. And I'm gonna step out on a limb here and say, yeah, let me think about this for a minute. These are all factory spot pinch welds still. These are still factory pinch welds. It looks like, and from the inside you can see where they sectioned that panel in. I showed you that the other day. You can see that all rusted and everything where they sectioned that in. So that would be right up there. Let me grab a light. Ooh, look at that goodness. Huh. Somebody got real freaking messy with something. Seam sealer or something. So, here's what I'm thinking. Tell me if you guys agree. This is all original. This original panel. Still got the factory original spot welds. This has not been cut out. So they left this in here, then they freaking cobbled this shit in like real bad. Kind of hacked that away. So I'm thinking they took the whole side of another car and pieced this whole thing, like slid it up in there with this panel and did their splicing in here to hide it basically. And then on this side they just put so much freaking crap to cover it, and you can still see right there, see it, that's where they spliced it in. And then it would have also been spliced up, yeah, right there. So they spliced, that's what they did. They literally took another car, some sort, a Firebird, who knows what it was, and spliced this whole freaking quarter piece in there. So obviously the car got hit right in here and just crushed this whole side. So they ended up just taking another piece out of a car, hacking it in there like that, and sending it on down the road. Put some new outer reproduction quarters on it. But so you can see down there, that goes, there's a hole that goes all the way through that. So I've got to figure out what's going to go on there. This is the inner rocker, as you can see. And you can see where they spliced it right here and then ran that seam all the way down. You can see where it splits. That's the outer or inner rocker. That's the outer. So they stayed on that outer rocker and ran it all the way down through there and kind of just cobbled it in. So I'm replacing the outer rockers for sure. The inner rockers to me don't look bad, and I don't see any places where they've been crinkled it up or pushed back out, or at least that I can tell. It looks fairly, as I'm going down through there, it looks fairly straight. This side looks just like that side. Same. So I'm kind of in a little dilemma as to where to go from here, because I've been talking to Barb Cito, who lives in Canada, and we've been kind of brainstorming on this, trying to figure out what exactly had happened. And so he's thinking that when this car got hit, it crushed all this in. They basically cut the side off of another car, like I just said. But he's worried that it also got into the inner rocker and also pushed the floorboard in, which The floorboard's got a couple little doodads here and there, but when I was under there a while ago, it just doesn't look like it's been pushed in too much, if at all. Another thing is you're looking down this seam down in here. I don't know how well that'll show. It's not. There's no gap. I mean, it's in there tight. And those are still original spot welds underneath there. Went ahead and cut all this crap out of there, the seam sealer they put in there. But yeah, they spliced it there, and then they spliced it again here on the outer part. So that whole piece was spliced in. Yeah, it's just hard to tell. But I got to replace the outer rockers. I've got those in a box over there. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, do I go ahead and replace the floor now and put the front end back on and then go to the outer rockers, or do I go ahead and do the outer rockers now? You know, I'm kind of at a loss right now as to where to move to next, because it's all got to be replaced. But I also need to keep the car stable while I'm cutting, you know, big pieces off of it. So, all right, well, tell me what you guys think about that hokey shit. It just keeps getting more and more fun. Let's see if I see up in there better. Yeah, they spliced that probably right on the other side of that, so you can't really see it from this angle, from the inside. You can see here the pop rivets. Hopefully I'm holding that right. Hold on a second. See those panels? See how they did that? That's awesome. That is awesome. I mean, look at the gap. That's crazy. So that original panel didn't even, I mean, it's oh man. Oh well. I'm in too far now, in too deep. I mean, I guess I could crush it, just go buy a Camaro, but what fun is that, right? And I'd probably end up with the same damn thing. Somebody else already, you know, hacked it back together. So, all right, well, that's it for now. I don't know what to say at this point. Just keep replacing stuff. We'll keep at it. See ya. Alright, so I found a problem. That'll focus in on that. This is for a Camaro, not a Camaro. C-A-M-R-O. That's the problem. If they'd put one for a Camaro on, it probably would have fit a lot better. That's probably why they had to pop rivet it on, because it's for a Camaro. So, yeah, there's the problem.